What's going on, folks? So, Timeless Rage are back with another new single here called The Seed of Fear. I'm really looking forward to checking this out. I always look forward to new music from these folks. So, without further ado, let's see what we got, shall we? Rangers, go.
Watch them kneel in sacred dread.
cool song. Really, really cool sound and vibe. And I always love when a lyric video puts in like oh 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 oh. When I love that. I mean, hey, it's a vocalization. So I mean, put it in the lyrics. But yeah, just really cool sound. Really, really cool. It certainly sounds like a bit more like old school, not so much of like a modern power metal, more of like a classic, almost like maybe late 90s or 2000s kind of sound in there of that sort of like darker style, and I'm here for it. Like I love that sound, and yeah, this song just sounded so sick. The highlight for me, I mean, there's multiple highlights, but that main guitar riff that the song starts out with, alongside those drums, man, glorious. Oh, just glorious. I could just listen to that just nonstop. Just that riff with those drums, and then when there's like some strings thrown in there as well, it's just awesome. Just so awesome. That main riff is so cool, and the way the drums are, it's just tight. Like I was just hyped from the very beginning of the song. I was like, this is so sick. And then you get it again after like the first chorus, and oh man, it's just awesome. And then yeah, when the strings kind of come in with it. So cool. So cool. So that was like probably the biggest highlight for me. I just loved that. That was just so awesome. And then you get the verses, which was another big highlight for me. I love the verses. I just love the vibe, the music and all that, and the vocals. I mean, awesome voice. Like he's got such a cool voice, and it works so well there in those verses. I love the kind of rhythmic nature of it. I like the melody of the verses. As far as like lyrical melody go, like vocal sections of the song, I like the verses the best. I just love those verses. I thought the verses are just awesome. I loved everything about the verses, and yeah, his voice, his delivery, of the verses, and just killer. Just absolutely killer. Loved it. There's some like grit to the voice. There's some the approach. There's almost like a nefarious, almost kind of sound to the vocals. Pretty much all throughout the song, but it really lands the biggest, I think, there in the verses, and it's just so tight, so tight. And then you get like that pre-chorus, which was a little interesting. It kind of threw me off the first time I heard it. So I was ready for it the second time. But, I don't know. Still, it just feels like maybe it's a little bit too abrupt, between the verses and the pre-chorus. Like, I don't know. I'm going to have to listen to it more. I'm a little bit torn about the pre-chorus. I don't think it's necessarily a bad pre-chorus, it's kind of neat, it almost sounds like the voice is coming through some kind of, almost like a radio or like, something like that. So it's kind of interesting. It's kind of neat how it does that. It's just, I don't know, it's maybe a little bit jarring going from the verses straight into that. Again, I have to listen to it some more. But I do think it's neat. It's just how the flow is in there. I'm not entirely sold on it per se. But yeah, I mean, I like the sound of it. I think it's definitely neat. As taking it as just like standalone. And then you go into the chorus, and the chorus isn't bad either. Because later on, like going after the bridge, going straight into the chorus, I thought it landed better. I just think maybe like the transition between the verses to the pre-chorus to the chorus, it doesn't have kind of like a smooth sort of flow, and I feel like the chorus is definitely different than like the verses, but it almost feels like there's almost too much of a similarity between all of those things. I mean, yeah, even in the pre-chorus, even though it's got a bit of a different sound, with like the voice coming almost through like a filter or something, it has a slightly different vibe. It almost just feels like there's a little too much of a similarity between all of those things that it almost does like the chorus a little bit of a disservice, because coming off of the verses, which are incredibly strong in my opinion, and then going into something that just kind of slows things down a little bit with like the approach and like the delivery, it just feels like the song loses a little bit of energy because it's a bit similar. It's just that similarity, I think, between all of those, that it feels like you're not getting enough of like a, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. It's like, it just feels like a little bit of the air is sucked out of the song when you get to the chorus, because it just feels almost more of like a reined in version of like the verses and the pre-chorus, if that makes any sense. I don't know. There's something there, and I kept trying to put my finger on it while I was listening to it, and I'm not sure if I'm explaining it right or if I even have it in my head right, what I'm trying to say or what I really think about it. But it just feels like there's a little something lost in there. Like there's a little something that's a little bit off. But again, it's like hard to put my finger on it. But when again, after the bridge, and that's why I think a lot of it has to do with just kind of the transitions in there. Maybe the pre-chorus could have deviated a bit more between like the verses and in the chorus, just to kind of add a little bit of a change up before going into the chorus to make the chorus not feel so entirely connected to the rest. I don't know. I really don't know. But I really think it's somewhere in there, like in the transitions and maybe in the pre-chorus, because after the bridge, I thought the chorus hit a bit better without being led into from the verses and the pre-chorus into it, just kind of hitting after that the bridge. Because, yeah, I mean, it's got a nice melody. It's got a nice kind of grand sort of feel to it, like with the music and everything. So, yeah, I don't know. I think I've said enough about that. But anywho, and then after the first chorus, you get that insanely awesome guitar riff and drums, again, which is so tight. And then I really like the bridge, you know. I mean, this song has some real nice headbanging kind of stuff. It's got real nice just kind of atmosphere and vibe to the song. So yeah, I really enjoyed the bridge. You get some nice keyboard in there and things like that. Some nice riffage happening in there. And then you get those final choruses that again just feel kind of grand and but fitting within the overall vibe of the song, and you know, and then that's that. But yeah, I mean, I just really dig the vibe of this song a lot. It just sounds really cool. The vocals are awesome. The guitar riffs is incredible. The drum work was so sick. And then yeah, I mean the keyboard. It's just a cool sound. It just has a really cool feeling to it. A bit dark, but also kind of grand and yeah, just a lot of personality in there, and really kind of just conjures almost like a certain feelings with the listener. And yeah, I mean, it just really kind of takes charge, the song, you know, like it takes charge of the listener, and it's like you're sucked into this kind of feeling or mood of this song. So yeah, cool stuff. I really thought it was a cool song, all things considered. So yeah, I'm looking forward to, as always, to more from Timeless Rage. I definitely think after Frank left the band, they got this new fella, and he's just awesome. So I've said it before, but I mean, they really brought in, made a great choice for the new vocalist. And their sound and everything even is sounding a bit like more mature, and you know, it's just kind of like the new era of Timeless Rage. And I'm here for it. So I'm hoping that there's a new album, you know, in the works and whatnot. I'll be looking forward to that, hoping for it. But let me know, folks, in the comments down below, what you think of this song here. Let's talk about it. And I'll catch you next time, Ranger. Out.